Hi, everyone. Thanks for listening to our final presentation today. We are Team 7, and we will give you our Resi 5 City project do the final presentation, especially our phase one about the smart shelter in Lombok, Indonesia. So today, our content will mainly divide into four parts from the issue definition and project overview, then to the smart shelter solution framework, and then move on to our project's implementation plan, and finally to discuss about the scalability and conclusion. So we'll move on to our first part about the issue definition and project overview. So as we all know, Lombok is a very famous tourism city in Indonesia, but at the same time is still facing some urban disasters, especially earthquake, just like the one happened in 2018, that brings a lot of the challenges to the urban planning. So to protect people who live here and people who comes here, we hope to integrate with the golden 5 minutes to have some strategies to solve this issue. So we propose our concept like this is a Resi 5 city, which means we combine the resilience plus the golden 5 minutes. We will have a three tiers layers here. So the first one is people can get immediate response in zero point 0.5 minutes inside the building, and people can have a real-time evacuation from the building in 2 minutes, and finally in 5 minutes, so everyone can arrive at the safety hub. But for the traditional way to build a safety hub is to create a central hub in the city center. We hope to transfer it into a polycentric urban structure to make the evacuation more efficient. So there are four strategies mainly proposed in our project. The first one is multi-layered instant alert system for a full coverage of everyone. And second one is we hope to build a survivability-oriented building codes here in Lombok. And the third one is a distributed smart shelter network, which we will talk more about it later. And the last one is a dynamic smart evacuation guidance to prevent chaos and congestion during evacuation. So we also would like to introduce some of our solution visions. So the first one is we hope to shift to a survivability-oriented urbanism in Lombok. And the second one, as we all know, earthquake can happen anytime. So we hope to react as soon as possible. And we set this timeline as a 5 months. And the third one is we hope to integrate some of the smart city solutions and technologies inside our project. And the last one, to make it more sustainable, we hope to use this dual use model to make it as a long-term development. Next page, please. Next, I will pass on to Jae-young to talk more about our phase one program.
Okay, so now let's move on to the next page. So the Smart Shelter Solution Framework. Here I will cover three things: our strategic approach, the pilot program, and the core technologies. We all know earthquake resistance housing is the standard solution, but here is the problem, the time. Rebuilding an entire city takes years, so disasters do not wait for us. So we need a solution that protect people right now, not 10 years from now. So we need a faster way to save lives. We looked at on advanced countries like Japan. They spend billions of dollars over decades to build their systems. Lombok cannot do that, so we face limited budgets and difficult terrain. So instead of copying a massive infrastructure, we are building a survival platform. We replaced expensive central systems with smart modular shelters located right where people live. It is a localized solution fitting Lombok's reality. This leads to our proposal, the 5 months smart shelter pilot program. We plan to build 3 to 5 shelters in high-risk zones like Mandalika. So in just 5 months, this approach is a rapid and cost-effective. So most importantly, in a crisis, it answers the terrifying question, where do I go? So it gives people a uh, di- uh, designated safe spot immediately. To ensure reliability, we use our smart technology framework. It stands for self-powering, multi-channel connectivity, autonomous sensing, real-time management, and total resilience. This is not just a shelter, it is a integrated survival machine. So let me explain how it works. Self-powering. It uses solar panels and batteries, so it stays on even if the city power fail. And next is multi-connectivity. If 4G goes down, it switches to satellite to keep people connected. And autonomous sensing. AI sensors detect tremors instantly and sound the alarm before central warning arrive. And last, total resilience. In peacetime, it's a community hub. In disaster, it becomes a life-saving base. Finally, this is our prototype. It's a modular design covering about 40 square meters. It can hold 25 people comfortably or up to 50 in an extreme emergency. So this shelter uh, guarantees safety during the critical golden 5 minutes. It is the most partial first step for Lombok.
Thank you, Jayan. I will explain the next part of our presentation, the project implementation plan. This part explains how we will build the smart shelter network in Lombok. It included four parts from the first pilot stage to long-term expansion and replication. The plan also covered the business model, stakeholder collaboration, and risk management. This page is post-the implementation plan. We have four posts. Post one is the first 5 months is the pilot stage. We choose 3 to 5 sites in Mandalika and nearby villages. We install modular smart shelter with solar power, sensor, and mesh Wi-Fi. And we connected them to the NTB Commander Center and run the first drill. Post 2 is from 6 to 1 years, focused on system integration. Shelter connect to the One Data platform. We make a simple multi-language safety app, and we test for 6 months and improve the design. Pause 3 is year 2 to 3 years is expansion. We grow to 20 to 25 shelter across Paran and Mandalika. We build an operation center and we work with school, hospital, and tourism site. Possible is year 4 to 5 years is replication. The model expands to Bali and rather ASEAN region. We also support community-led operation for long-term use. Next, I will explain our business model, which is very important for long-term success. The smart shelter has modes, emergency mode rare, but very important. The shelter become an off-grid life-saving point with power and communication. His time model is almost all the time. The shelter works as a small community center and generate revenue. We have four revenue streams. One is social value service, such as VR safety training and community education. Two is B2B leasing, including small shop, ATM, and vending machine. B2C is amenities, such as free Wi-Fi, solar charging, and paid secure lockers. Four is smart data service, such as digital ads and anonymous data insight. Because of this model, the shelter does not become a cost burden. Instead, it becomes a useful public space that pay for its own operation. Next page is to make the smart shelter networking strong. We need many partners. The role of this partner grow larger at each post. In post one is main actor at the NTB government local community. They have tested the basic shelter system. In post 2 is more partner join, such as the ICT office, app of developers and university. They help with digital integration. In post 3 is network become even bigger. We work with energy company, local business, technology firm, and NGOs. This created real institutional power. In post 4 is the project expand beyond Lombok, Asian Group, and other donors support region replication. Community co-op help build local ownership for long-term sustainability. And this page is risk management and adaptation. This slide explains how we handle risk during 3 different phases of crisis. First, during normal time, the risk is low use and high maintained cost. We solve the self-sustained revenue from ad and community service. Second, during the earthquake moment, the risk is delaying warming. Our solution is edge AI sensor that detect heat wave and give instant alarms. Third, after the earthquake, the risk is total blackout and broken communication. The shelter which switches to solar power and the local mesh network community to work. This keeps the shelter functions even when the city system fails. Together, this solution make the smart shelter a true lifeline for the community. Was a project implementation plan. Now, will explain the next part, scalability and conclusion.
Thank you so much, Pyongyang. As we have demonstrated the critical needs for immediate safety infrastructure and a viable solution, now let's talk about how we take this idea beyond one location and its long-term impact. The solution must be scalable and sustainable. So first of all, our model is designed to be a plug-and-play solution which maximizes its replication potential globally. This is achieved through a modular design. We use a standardized fabricated units that are easy to ship and assemble anywhere in the world. It is not a custom build, it is a deployable product. This is also leads to cost-effective deployment. The low implementation costs make it viable for developing economies compared to the massive traditional infrastructure projects. Secondly, to make it truly global, we use an adaptive strategy called hardcore soft shell. The core technology, such as internal system of AI, battery, sensors, remain the same globally to ensure its consistency and reliable performance. However, the exterior skin is what we modified. This allowed the shelter to be built using local and affordable material like bamboo in Bali or brick, of course, with additional construction techniques in Turkey. It is to respect the cultural contact and local supply chains. Last but not least, scalability isn't just about hardware. It's about open innovation and self-reliance. So we plan to publish a resilient playbook. This is an open source manual detailing the installation, maintenance, and community operations protocols. We will also implement a capacity building program using train the trainer approach to empower the local technicians and community leaders to ensure that they are self-reliant for long-term maintenance and operations. To sum up, we started with a fundamental problem. In a disaster, the first 5 minutes are a survival gambles. So we asked ourselves, if we cannot make all the buildings safe in 5 months, what can we do? So our conclusion is to build a network of guaranteed safe nodes, this smart shelter. And our core message here is smart shelter create order from chaos. Instead of a panic crowd running away from a damaged building, this smart shelter create an orderly flow of people moving toward a known, trusted, and functioning point of safety, which we call safe zone. We connect the missing link by turning a 5-minute survival gamble into a 5-minute resilient plan. For a community like Lombok, this is how we ensure a safety future. Ultimately, we reach our core visions of moving community from a livability to survivability. We're building the Recife city, a city that survived the first 5 minutes. This is all for our presentation. Thank you so much for your attention. And if you have any questions, we are happy to answer. Thank you so much.